Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are engaged. I said yes, and then we drank blood. So
drink each other's blood,
Drink
right?
each other's blood. Thank you. Keeping me honest.
Sorry. Sometimes I feel like Megan Fox is like this generation's Angelina Jolie. Do you remember when she carried around a vial of that one guy's name? Billy Bob
Thornton. Yep. And she was kissing her brother or something at some point.
That makes her Ilhan Omar. No politics.
Exactly. So she's always, Angelina Jolie's always been kind of
weird,
a weirdo, but in a way that like it works for me. Angelina Jolie is when we went and saw the Eternals, I made the comment, I said she has more charisma in her right pinky than the rest of this cast does in their entire bodies. She has that
Megan Fox or Angelina Jolie?
Angelina Jolie. She has the ability to command screen presence and make your eye and draw your eyes to her in even the worst of materials. That has nothing to do with her looks. It has to do with the her charisma, and that's something that can't be taught. Megan Fox has a similar, if not slightly more modern, maybe more vapid version of that type of charisma. Like when I think of Angelina Jolie, I think a little bit like I see her as like a little bit deeper.
I think of Angelina Jolie as having a lot. I don't always agree with her, but a lot of poise.
Yes.
And she sort of, and I don't know if that's because I'm more familiar with her now that she's maybe a little bit older and has kids and stuff than when she was younger. Whereas Megan Fox, I think of as. I think she's really interesting, actually, and I think some of the vapid stuff comes from the fact that she is just basically so sexy. Like she's a sex icon. It must be
very, very hard.
But she's also like
looking.
Kind of witty. Like she's pretty witty, and she has like that cold mean girl vibe, which people sometimes can't take their eyes off of.
Yep. She does, and if anybody hasn't seen Jennifer's Body, I recommend everyone see that movie. That is her best. That is her best role.
Come on, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as April O'Neil. That scene where she's
the real April O'Neil. Judith Hogue drew that.
Okay.
Not the real one, but an Etsy person pretending to be Judith Hogue as April O'Neil drew that
cosplaying.
one. Yes.
Yeah, but no.
When I got that sent to me, okay, so a backstory, since you brought this up, that drawing is from the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. There's a scene where they're on a farm and Raphael is out cold in a bathtub, and Leonardo is all dejected on a chair waiting for him to wake up, and April O'Neil is in, while they're on this farm, does different sketches of all the turtles, and that's one where another character in the show or in the movie, oh god, I always forget his name. Danny. He basically, he's like, "Can I have one?" Like he looks at these sketches later, and she gives him that sketch. So that sketch actually plays an important role in the movie because Shredder ends up finding out that he knows the turtles by finding that sketch. Oh. So when I got that sent to me, because I bought that off Etsy, right? And it got sent to me in an envelope labeled as from April O'Neil. So the person went like the extra mile to...
That's cool.
Yes. I should have brought their information on here to shout them out on here. But that was very, very cool. And it even has the folds and creases in there, just like they have them in the movie.
That's so cool.
Like,
I love that like attention to detail.
Yeah, dude. That's I wouldn't, like normally I don't hang up, like in my rooms, I used to hang up a lot of stuff. I don't really anymore. Like almost to encourage me to not spend more time in my room than I already do. But somebody puts that much attention to detail, I'm going to. So that was a little sidetrack. I apologize.
No, you're okay.
Well, I was going to say, if you want to talk about attention to detail, we could talk about the ring that Machine Gun Kelly gave.
Yes.
Her birthstone.
So in this article, and I got a message from someone the other day, or yesterday, saying they wish that the full episodes were on YouTube because they like to read, they like to follow along in the article. I'm like, we get through like a half a paragraph and then just start vamping anyways.
Yeah.
Like they're like, Brett can't read that well. Let's get through just enough to get to talking, but we'll try to get through more of it. So it says, their love for one another and each other's blood. Their love for one another and each other's blood keeps Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly's bond impenetrable. Fox and MGK, whose real name is Colson Baker, announced their engagement on social media Wednesday after roughly a year and a half of dating. Fox, 35, wrote that in 2020, the same month that the couple first went public with their relationship, the two sat under a banyan tree. What's a banyan tree?
It's like, I don't know anything about it.
Is it a special kind of tree?
It looks really beautiful. I think its branches are pretty low, but I'm not a nature expert.
And they asked for magic. Quote, "We were oblivious to the pain we would face together in such a short, frenetic period of time." Fox wrote, unaware of the work and sacrifices that... What?
Sorry, I got a stink bug while we were in it. I don't know what to do with this.
You can address it.
No, go back to reading. Okay. I'll handle this.
That's what should we name that one? Smith. They all have S names.
I'll be right back.
Unaware of the work and sacrifices that the relationship would require from us, but intoxicated off the love and the karma. So basically, it's like a honeymoon phase, the movie. Mm-hmm. They return to that spot for a special moment in a video posted by Fox. The two are seen kneeling down in front of one another atop a flight of stairs. Fox is wearing a sultry black cutout dress. MGK 31 darning. Darning is sewing, right?
That's like fixed socks.
Yes. Donning a sparkling white and black top. So basically, like, if you watch the video, it's actually kind of interesting. He's got like 4 cameras set up, and I'm like, can we buy this? She's an actress.
Look at this production value.
She's an actress. How do we know that this is real? He probably asked her somewhere else.
I think the culture of like engagement videos, like, are with YouTube have become, and personal vlogs become a really big production deal.
If it was one camera, like, it's like, why are there, like, there's always one at the beach. I'm like, why are there 4 bags around me? All of them like hiding like cameras.
Paris Hilton released her, she has this reality show going. I think it's on YouTube, and I've only seen a clip of her getting engaged, and there are like 3 or 4 angles. I mean, I think there are some people who just know. Yeah. That
guy should wear a GoPro on his head.
Well, and you could contrast it to, why do I know so much about this?
You're the one, you brought us wedding dress topics for today, guys, so it makes perfect sense.
I've had several friends get engaged recently. It might just be on the brain.
It's on the brain.
But Machine Gun Kelly, Megan Fox are close to Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, who actually just got engaged. And you could sort of, the first couple pictures of the Kravis, I guess that's what their celebrity name is.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm.
What there were from a distance, from afar. I think he maybe has some, but he had taken her to like a beach and set up some big thing. It didn't seem like they had specifically scheduled a videographer and a photographer to come and document the moment for them.
The celebrities don't have to. They're famous enough. They can just count on people being there to film them.
When I first saw a photo of it, I was like, is this a paparazzi? Like, it looked like an iPhone photo, like of someone. It was like outside a resort.
Dude, imagine being able to NFT that if you were the person who...
But the thing is, like, if Miracle gets engaged and tells me, like, I want it to be photographed and I want a video of it and I want to see my reaction, like, that's fine. Those are keepsakes from your moment.
Okay, then I would be a bad host if I didn't ask you. Dream proposal?
When my ex, I told him what happened.
I can't believe I just asked that. Yeah. I feel like such a dork.
Yeah, so
we'll ask you too, don't worry.
Yeah, I don't have it. No. Go.
Yeah, so when I dated my ex, I had a dream that, like, I couldn't stand him being so far away from me because he was a Marine. So I told him, like, legit, I had a dream where I picked him up from the airport and, like, we're like hugging, having a moment, and I told him, I don't want you to be far away from me, so will you marry me?
Oh, so you proposed. That's your dream proposal.
Well, like, because I always realized like, I don't want an engagement ring. I don't want a big wedding anymore, because like before, when I was younger, I wanted like this traditional wedding where it lasts, like, the ceremony lasts like 7 days. And then like
who the hell's got that much time?
Well, that's the traditional
cultural.
It's a cultural thing that Cambodian people do, where like first, like, you get a blessing from the monks at the temple, and then you get blessings from both sides of the family, and then after that there's a ceremony where they cut the bride and groom's hair. It's like a big thing, but now like people, they're like, we don't have time for this, let's do this in all one day. But that was like my whole dream, and I wanted to have like 4 different dress changes for this. But
can you just imagine being the guy in this, like, just like, oh my fuck,
and he has to be dragged in too, like, I wanted matching outfits with him,
and he's just like, dude, I got a Call of Duty to play.
I hope he's not thinking about Call of Duty when they're getting married.
I gotta go back to work so I could pay for this.
Yeah.
Like, you were the one earlier who told me that like the average wedding in America costs like $40,000.
I think it's $40,000. I'll double check while we're recording.
Okay. But yeah, that's like the whole dream that I had, like, where I proposed first. But like,
would you still want to propose first, or like was that just in that relationship?
It was just in that relationship, because that relationship really hurt me the most, because I actually like miss him still, but it's whatever. But my new relationship with Charlie, like, I don't know, like, I'm just going with the flow. For him, he's like, I'm gonna buy you an engagement ring, and I'm like,
you've been together for like 2 months.
Shh. So has Andy and Dawn.
That is true.
Okay, well, it's not we're not a gossip podcast.
That's exactly. Your dream?
I'm very like sentimental. So some of the stuff that Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are doing, like Under the Tree, that was significant to them. Like I could totally see, like, if you have some significant location. I want
to show the people the ring. Okay, keep going.
Like, it sounds weird, but like I love like hiking to peaks or cliffs or whatever.
Yeah,
I could see like if you guys hike regularly, doing it there, or like if you are, one of my friends talked about maybe wanting to get engaged at like her boyfriend's parents' house, because that was one of the first places they had like a very significant, like, future oriented conversation. I think for me, like, I would just want something that is meaningful to you as a couple and shows like a level of like, I know you and I have thought about our future and I can show you in these small details that went into this plan.
There was a really viral story, and you'll probably remember this this story because you have your finger on the pulse of the news and stuff. There was a story about like this couple got filmed while they were having their engagement. A guy proposed to his girlfriend at like a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I don't know this one.
And this lady, Miracle, can you look it up? Like,
yeah.
guy proposes to girlfriend at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and like a bunch of women responded like, imagine your boyfriend proposing to you at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, it's like the worst thing that a guy could ever do. And someone's like, maybe it's where they went on their first date. Right?
Okay, so what do you want me to search up? Because I already had the articles right here.
Okay, anyway, but basically what happened was this got posted on Twitter, and this guy gets dragged for that. And then like a bunch of companies stepped up to like pay for every aspect of the wedding, because they probably had their social media marketing managers were like, dude, this is a
KFC's
freaking,
like, we will cater.
No, that's can you look at KFC? Like, I think KFC paid for part of it. Or
There's like a
that.
popular, I don't want to say trend, but like people will sometimes bring out like a late night snack, and it'll often be like the couple's favorite fast food. So maybe KFC was like, do not worry, we have it.
Yeah, like you'll find. I'm sure.
I'm finding it right
now. It'll probably come up really quick.
So it happened at South Africa.
So at a KFC in South Africa. So they probably don't eat much fast food in South Africa. So it was probably...
Or if they eat tons of fast food, like, I think the thing about proposals is that, like, they need to be meaningful and significant to the couple. I do personally feel like I agree with Miracle. Like, I'm not sure I want, like, a big wedding or anything like that. But I think the big thing is, like, you're going to, as a couple and individually, tell this story for the rest of your life. Yeah. And... I am just emotional and sentimental enough to want to be able to be like, here is this cool story because we are like, we know each other so well, or he knows me, or he went out of his way to make me feel special. Like, that I think sets a really nice tone for marriage.
Yeah. I agree. So do you want the stats, how much an average wedding costs?
Oh, I wanted to see if KFC like paid for the wedding or whatever.
I'm looking at it right now too. Like, I'm multitasking.
Here, I'll say one other thing.
Yeah.
So I might be skipping ahead in your article. Do you mind if I talk about their ring, or do you want to read it?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I read this on social media. Machine Gun Kelly custom made her ring, which is not super uncommon, but her ring is, he said it's basically designed to be like two rings intertwined as like they're thorns, and they're two, I think you'd call them pear-shaped diamonds that are a little bit offset. It's sort of a weird heart, and one is an emerald, her birthstone, and one is a diamond, which is his birthstone. I actually really love this for a lot of reasons. First off, again, like I said, sentimental. I love when people do things not because they're what culture tells you we need to do, but also it's meaningful, it's thoughtful.
That's true.
I think gemstone engagement rings are really cool. I think if you can get one, sometimes people don't get them because they are not as tough as diamonds. But I also love that he, made something unique for her, and I think so much of what they do as a couple seems like it's unique. Whether or not I would drink his blood afterwards, like, that's my own thing.
Also,
I couldn't find anything about, other than the statement, and then we drank each other's blood. That's
what if they're just trolling us?
It's such a clickbait headline. Like, I was like, because we had a thing yesterday where I pointed out the clickbait headline in that Diane Kruger article where she's like, Diane Kruger blasts Quentin Tarantino for not wanting to hire her in The Inglourious Bastards. And then it says, quote, fuck him. And then you find out in the article, she's like, yeah, before I got hired, I was like, no, fuck him. I'm going to get this job. And then she did. Now we're good friends. And blah, blah, blah. It's the most...
It's like taken out of context.
it's like how can you read stuff like that ever? It's like it just proves you how few people. It's like even you're not even safe from it in entertainment circles. No wonder celebrities don't take any of this crap people say seriously. That's why I'm like, you argue with people on Twitter, but then you have these people who are supposed to be your allies in the industry misrepresenting everything you say.
Well, also she's like giving a quote like, yeah, before I got hired I was annoyed, like, hey, I want to get this job, and then he hired me, but then it makes it look like she's actually still angry.
Like that she's still
that's not her fault. That's
the magazine's fault.
Yeah.
So she's like, she's got to call her friend Quentin because maybe she wants another role from him down the line. Wants to be able to. She's like, I didn't say that. It's being taken out of context.
I think that drink his blood comment was on both of their things, so it's obviously some kind of weird joke. Again, I hate to draw the comparison everyone's drawing to Khloe Kardashian or Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. They, when they first like came out as a couple, they had a picture of like a note she'd written, and they've said it a couple times, like, may we completely destroy each other or something like that. Like, I think maybe this is part of this vampy goth couple aesthetic,
so
which I can appreciate as someone who has not attained it yet.
It's coming back.
But like, I feel like they just said it knowing that they're going to be mined for being whatever, and whether or not they actually drink each other's blood.
That kind of reminds me of my uncle's like baby mama and him. Like basically, I don't know if they're dating or not, but basically she said, oh yeah, like everybody says we're not a good match, and like they kind of believe in the Chinese zodiac with like the animals. She's like the year of the dragon, he's the year of the dog, not good match right there. But she said we're instead of heavenly match, we're hell match. Yeah, so she kind of brought up that
match made in hell kind of thing.
Yep. In that dress right there, Megan Fox is a good match for anyone.
Yeah, but also,
what's your dream proposal, Brett?
Yeah,
Megan
Brett.
Exactly what just happened, but me and not
get out of here, MGK. Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
Machine Gun Brett is here.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but do men think about like how they're going to propose? It seems like in this one, Machine Gun Kelly has like really thought out something, but also maybe it doesn't happen until you meet the person.
But because you're the doer and not the receiver of the proposal, you have to draw it in context of, if I was to come up with that now, that's just going to be my selfish idea of what my dream proposal would be to her. The idea would be that it comes from experience from the experiential
like
point of both of you. So it doesn't make both of you. So it's like Spooderman.
Yeah.
It
doesn't make sense to think about it now. Plus I'm a dude, and I just don't.
I feel like it could be like, it doesn't have to be all like, if you like, I'm trying to like think of something, like if you were to like take your girlfriend that you want to propose to a significant spot in your life, and that's like, I always wanted to take my future wife to this library I went to as a kid, or whatever it is. Like, that could still be relevant.
That could still be
relevant. Men
relevant.
could still maybe have those things.
Well, that's what Charlie did for me. Like, he wanted to take me to this restaurant that he grew up on as like a little kid. And like, he finally took me to that restaurant. And he was so happy to see like the waiters and waitresses that still work there and that recognize him. And he remembers like the owner, and he was kind of upset she didn't recognize him, but they recognized his dad's name. But he was so happy, and he was like, this was my dream, like taking my girlfriend here.
Yeah.
And like,
that's
now,
adorable.
Yeah, now you kind of fulfilled that.
Oh, that's nice.
Now if you guys don't get married, he's got to do that with every single girl.
And the waitresses are going to be like, another one?
Another one? Really?
Yeah. I feel like that's something we don't have to talk about me, but like something I struggle with is like, when things are special to me, if I'm dating someone, I maybe don't want to share with them, because it's like, but what if you're not around forever?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like a challenge that I think when you're proposing to someone, like being able to like go all out and be like, I feel strongly about you. Like, if there's one time to do it, it's when you're proposing. Maybe when you get married.
I will say for them, the fact that they started this relationship during the pandemic is probably a sign that they can stand each other. Because a lot of people, we were going to cover Jason Momoa's divorce because now Aquaman is divorcing Catwoman's mom, and that's just sad.
Oh, no, stepfather.
No, yeah. Please. Help me, stepdad. It's very sad, but I imagine. But one of the reasons listed in like all of the speculation was like probably COVID concerns of people who are just like stuck together more than they would normally be during the pandemic.
You remember the article that I sent you? How they started dating? Basically, Machine Gun Kelly was looking for like movies that Megan Fox was in. He was auditioning for them just to meet her. He was like, I have to date her.
He's also younger than her by 4 years.
Yeah,
nice, whatever. I don't know. I like when people go out of their way to like the thing is though, like that kind of thing could be weird. Like if she didn't like him,
that's what I'm saying.
Get out of
this
here.
Is one of those double standards where if he wasn't attractive to her, then it's weird and creepy. But because he's attractive to her, it's sweet and adorable.
Right. I honestly have so much, like, presumably, I mean, Miracle may ask someone to marry her. I probably will never ask anyone to marry me.
Well, it's because
not that I wouldn't want it, but it's just not something I want to do.
For me, during that time, I was very impatient because this is when I was
you were like 12.
No, I was 20. I was 21 and
basically 12.
And he was like 1 year younger than me. We already had our lives set. I was in college and we already had a plan.
And he was far from you. Like getting married was hopefully like a resolution, being able to be closer. But I like what I was gonna say is I don't think I'll ever have to ask anyone to marry me. Like you know, I think there's a lot of pressure on men to like make the first move as a date or like all kinds of things. But remember, and I just have so much respect for you guys. Like I realize how difficult and how not fun putting yourself out there over and over again must be. And like, man, hats off to you.
It's where the joke about like men who just like holler at women on the street, right? It's literally a defense mechanism to deal with the fact that you're going to get rejected like your whole life. So a lot of guys do that because if you have any level of confidence, you have to be able to put yourself out there over and over again. So it is funny when people are like, why can't guys just be polite? I'm like, you can't win. You lose either way.
Yeah, I think there's like a fine line. Like you should read when someone is like really not feeling it. But like even like if we were all to go to a bar tonight and like if you were to see someone, if we were all to see someone that we thought was attractive, you know, I know Miracle has a man, but like I probably maybe wouldn't, the expectation wouldn't be that I'd go up to someone, a man that I'm attracted to and talk to him first.
I did.
Whereas with Brett, like
you're expected to.
There might be more pressure. And like, again, I just feel like we should all acknowledge that that's like not easy. And when men can do it, it's awesome.
Yeah. But actually I did that. You remember our live event where I walked up? Yeah, I did that because you kept on encouraging me to do it.
I think that you can't, like, you don't have to chase everyone, but like meeting people in person is a skill. And I honestly, like you said, like Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, you know, their relationship has been during COVID. I don't know how they met, but like for so many young Americans not being able to not even just like go out to bars or whatever, like go out and socialize, travel, like they are, you know, it's harder to meet people. And I think the skill of being able to talk to someone in person or get to know someone like that is important.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, I made me a miracle talk to a boy.
That's good.
Yeah. Also, to answer your question about the KFC proposal, sorry, I didn't want to wait so long, but I actually found the part of the paragraph. So this is from New York Post from 2019, and they said Coca-Cola offered to sponsor the wedding soft drinks. Rain South Africa offered the couple unlimited data for 1 year. Another company is donating a 42-inch TV. Sony is giving them 2 3D tickets and complimentary popcorn. A woman offered to make a pair of traditional outfits for the event, and one man who runs a jewelry store offered to make their rings.
That's so cool.
I'm telling you, all those corporations have like they got the best of like the new social media managers who are like, listen, this is a golden marketing opportunity. And then people are like, corporations do care. No, they don't. But they just like,
they saw an opportunity.
But they saw an opportunity.
But cool for the couple, and like that woman hand making traditional outfits, like that is cool.
Yeah. Yep. Also, to continue, a train company offered free rides to Cape Town for the honeymoon. Audi, my bad. I said Audi. Audi South Africa offered them a ride, and then airline offered free flights and 5 nights complimentary.
See? Incredible.
Yep.
Incredible.
And then it keeps on going. One Facebook user put a screenshot of all the offers in one place, so you can find this.
That's wild.
Unreal.